everybody. Welcome to Spikey Saturday number 329 on the Mana Leek. I'm John, as always. We've got a Wingmantle Chaplain. I don't think this deck's actually as good as people think it is. I think a lot has to go right. There is a specific common that we need to get ourselves multiples of. We need to get a bunch of deeply specific cards. If we do, we can fart out birds forever, and it'll be amazing. I don't think it's consistent enough. So I have said that I would never draft it again, unless it was blatantly the best card in the pack, and there's unfortunately a good chance that there is. Leyline Binding, I've not actually played because it's rare. 6 mana flash. It's never going to be 6 mana. It's probably going to be 4, possibly 3. And it's O-Ring. Tatyova is also quite good, but we'll take the Wingmantle Chaplain. And if we see the pieces, we can try to do the deck that everybody thinks is format defining and format warping. I think it is so rare to build it well that it is actually not that big of a deal. Well, let's see if I can prove it right by going 0-3. So theoretically, we could wheel this unless somebody else at the table has also opened one, in which case both our decks are going to suck, or somebody else is already attempting to get into this deck hoping that they open this, which is a terrible way to go about it. I would, if I was not going to do this experiment, probably take the Fires of Victory here. With the white, we're actually looking a little bit more towards green-white. We want the O2 walls that get us lands. Black obviously also works, as does blue, but we'll take the card that makes the deck work. Following that up, Electrostatic Infantry. There's a Gibbering Barricade, which is a relevant wall for the deck. So we could pick that up, or we could just take a green-white duel, since we are going to want these lands, because there's a good chance we're going to want to push 3, if not 4 colors for this deck. So we'll take the Radiant Grove here, I think. Again, if I wasn't going to do the Wingmantle Chaplain experiment, I am predicting an 0-3 here, by the way. I would have a Fires and an Electrostatic Infantry and feel very good. Following that up, we get a Drawbridge, which is a defender, and part of the sort of plan of Wingmantle Chaplain, while you're attacking in with your 1/1 birds, you want to be tapping down any potential big threats they happen to have. Artillery Blast will be playable as well. Captain's Call will not. Decent enough green card here, pretty good blue card, but we'll take the Drawbridge. A second Drawbridge. I don't know that we have to take it this early when we can fix our mana instead with a white-black duel. Red is the one we're not likely to play. There are no red defenders, are there? There's not. There is one card that references defenders. That's about it. So yeah, we'll take the black-white duel. I think it'll be playable. We should end up with Gibbering Walls, and if we're lucky, Blight Piles. Stall for Time is kind of like, uh-oh, we need it. We could take a Broken Wings for the sideboard, since, like I said, we do want to try to get into green, but we do need to find those walls. I'll take the Stall for Time for now, since we know we're going to be playing white. There's a Gibbering Barricade that we will put in. So none of the green walls, which is an interesting first start. Wonder if perhaps people are picking those highly. We'll take a white-black duel. Not quite a duel, but a pain land. So coming back around, we're not really going to use any of these cards. We'll take the Vanguard, but it shouldn't make the main deck. A Mana Worker could be a desperate way of fixing our mana if we need to, but let's hope we don't. So notably, the other Barricade didn't come back around. And none of the green walls. And honestly, we just saw 2 drawbridges. So hopefully somebody else didn't open the Wingmantle Chaplain. Otherwise, the deck doesn't exist at the table. Probably for either of us. Which is another reason why I don't think this deck exists as a thing to be afraid of or concerned about. Because it just requires such specific situations to work out. Let's hope they work out for us in Pack 2 and Pack 3, but we'll see how it goes. In exciting Extra Life 24-hour stream news, I can confirm that Inked Gaming once again will be donating $10 of gift cards for every $100 we've raised. We typically raise $4,000 to $5,000, which means we give away like $400 to $500 of Inked Gaming store credit gift cards, and that's just one of the giveaway sponsors. So make sure to set aside the last weekend of October for the 24-hour stream. It'll be good times. Nothing's going to be good out of the remainder of that pack. Nothing defender relevant, so we could take a drag to the bottom as like an early kind of pre our defenders way of resetting the board for a bit. There is also a Knight of Dusk Shadow, which is just good because we do need a way to win the game in case our opponent answers the Chaplain. That's the other aspect. They answer the Chaplain, game's over. The game is over unless we have recursion on that Chaplain or multiple copies. I will... So it's domain, right? I'll take the drag. Basically, the plan is going to be, if it's in our opening hand, we don't play creatures. We bait them in, we nuke their board, and then we start playing creatures. But we'll see how that goes. No relevant defenders here either. If we do want to be base green, then a Birds of Paradise, essentially, is going to be some help there. So we can pick that up. What do you do again? You're a 3/3 for 4. Vigilance, word 2. Zombies have vigilance. That's fine. Another legendary creature dies. And we're on none? We're on none so far, but we could get into that. And again, nothing relevant for this defender deck. So let's take Ratadrapic. And then we get past a Defy... Who am I drafting with? Okay, this is why I think the deck sucks. Because I think one of these 2 players is in the deck as well, or at least whether or not they open a Chaplain, who knows? There's some amount of people who go, a Shield Wall Sentinel, I'll take it, and I'll just open one of these. We're getting nothing relevant for the deck, and we're getting past ludicrously good cards. Ludicrously good cards. I'm going to take this Defiler, and we're going to start to question where the heck we're going. Okay, there is a Shield Wall Sentinel here. Like, Lurgoyf is a good card as well. So, these people have just told us that they are definitely not blue, they are definitely not black or white, and they're definitely not green. So I guess they're red? I guess they're red. We'll take the Shield Wall because it's another copy of our Wingmantle. I think we've spent so much time on the Wingmantle plan that that will be kind of the go-to plan. Where we end up with these very powerful cards that we've gotten past, I'm not sure. Well, there's a Vine Wall, so maybe they're not in the Defender deck. Maybe they just have no clue what they're doing, which, it's Arena. It's a strong likelihood. Strong likelihood. Let's take the Vine Wall. Let's see if we can get a little bit more information about what we're doing here. That's another decently powerful blue card. It's going to make the black rough. All right, let's take a peek at blue. Other elves. We're just on one elf, right? Just on one elf. All right, let's take a peek at like green, blue, white touching black. We will not play drag to the bottom if we're touching black. Black-white duel. I do not know where this draft is going. The people at this table are not cooperating or sending any reasonable signals. If we think we might be green, we'll take the sentry. I can't imagine it makes our main deck at the moment. We're not playing those red cards. We're not playing that combat trick. Decently late Tolarian Terror? What are we at? Very low. Highly doubt we get into that. We passed ludicrously good blue-red spells cards, so I don't know why terrors are kicking around. We'll take a worm. Okay, pack 2 has deeply confused me. Deeply confused me. Well, there's a blight pile. I still don't know where we're going. Mildly upset that I even bothered to take that Winged Mantle Chaplain. I think we're all in on the Defender's deck. Probably ditching the blue, as much as I love a Defiler of Dreams. And looking at green, black, white. I think that's the responsible-ish thing to do. Hello. I've seen a Johnny get passed a bunch too in multiple drafts, which is weird. We could certainly go with an Ajani. If he gets counters on birds, we're in very decent shape. There's also a Destroy Evil here. Again, and maybe this is just what I was explaining about this Defender deck, is if the cards don't show up, the deck doesn't exist. So this card's not a problem. Hi, Balmore. Would love to be in that deck. There's a Coral Colony. You're not winning off of Coral Colony, but you are blocking with it, and it is a defender, which means it's a bird. I would like a couple more walls, and I would like one of those black recursion spells, which I've not seen for some reason. We'll take a Citizen's Arrest because we do need some interaction. I think this is one of our first pieces of interaction here. There's a Drawbridge, which might come back around. Nothing relevant blue, nothing relevant black. Not much. Not a much. What's our wall count? 4 plus chaplain. Oh, you're not walls. 6 plus chaplains. You're a wall. No, you're a Phyrexian. Is anybody a wall here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 walls. 1, 2, 3. It's our 4th wall. Drawbridge is our 4th wall. Drawbridge or Barricade. I think I like the Barricades just a little bit more. I do notice we're slightly struggling for playables. We'll take the Academy Wall. I do wish we had way better fixing, because I don't know if we can actually play the wall or the colony, but they are currently somewhat a desperate part of my plan. We have the Mana Worker, which might pull a lot of weight. A lot of weight. But I think they're basically splashes for us. A Snare Spinner is probably a card that we just have to play as interaction on the board. Maybe a Scour to help fix our mana a bit. Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like somebody else must be wrecking our deck here, whether or not they've drafted it successfully. Is another question entirely. Because I sure haven't drafted it successfully. Pardon? Why? Oh, arena drafters. Arena drafters, folks. They are something else. I guess we're throwing in an Elfhame Worm. Yeah, so if I had just listened to my advice to just ignore Wingmantle Chaplain 99% of the time, I think our deck would have been better. It would have been blue-red, and it would have been awesome. Would have been super awesome. But I haven't done this in a video. I did Wingmantle Chaplain on stream, which is where I swore it off forever. But I know not everybody watches the streams. Mathematically, it can't even be remotely many of you. So I figured I would try it in a video to prove my hatred for this archetype. So I think I can get by with 3 islands for a wall and a colony. We also have the mana worker. We have the vine wall to get it. We might even be able to cheat ourselves down to 2 here. We also have the druid to tap for mana. That can let us bump up, because our black's not even that big either. But that could let us bump up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white, 1, 2 blue, 3, 4, 5, 6 black. That's a lot of black. 5, 6 green. Yeah, I think I want one more green. I think I want one more white. All right, the deck's bad. Let's see if we can get a win out of it. If we get a win, we'll declare it a success. And I don't think I have any further avenues in which I ever have to draft a Wingmantle Chaplain. I can just ignore them from now on. Well, that was a weird draft. I'm not sure what was going on there, what people were drafting. It feels a little bit indicative of my usual arena experience these days. Oh boy, now we get to play the question of, is our opponent slow or has arena died? It shows their clock counting down. But is their clock counting down? I'll assume their clock is counting down, but we should be getting the sound and timeout on their side pretty... Oh, okay. Okay. Perhaps our opponent is giving us a free win so that we can claim this as a success, so that I can recoup a whopping 250 gems of the 1,500 that I paid. Did we do it? Is Wingmantle Chaplain a scourge of the format that should be banned? Why did they not get kicked out of the game? If somebody takes that long to mulligan, I think they should just explode. I don't think they should be allowed another full timeout. It's been a while since I've recorded on a Friday. Friday nights are wild. They're there? Come on, I had hopes. Just dashing my hopes. You're just going to get run over? We can get our shield wall sentinel down immediately. That's kind of cute. Pass of the turn, no land drop, don't mind it. Let's go grab our chaplain. My guess is their arena crashed or something. Or they clicked play and went to go poop and forgot that they were supposed to play magical cards. Oops, birds. You got an instant speed effect there in mono white, eh? Good to know. What else do you do? I can tap to make a land a 3/3. Good to know. Good to know. Let's get a new window for Scryfall at the ready. Aeron. Single A Aeron. All right. Who likes birds? We're going to make some birds. In for 2. Going to make some birds. Or a bird, I guess. Going to go get a land. Going to make... more birds. Pass the turn. So I think this is what you're supposed to do with the Wingmantle Chaplain deck. You're supposed to fart out a bunch of birds and go, that was so cool. I farted out so many birds. And then you're supposed to hope that you get to do it again several times. Or if you don't, you're supposed to think back to that time that you farted out so many birds. Pat yourself on the back that you farted out so many birds. And then move on. Which we all know is not my kind of magic. Give me boring consistency. Okay, so you're gonna murder my Wingmantle Chaplain? Or are you really afraid of getting milled out? Also, we need to tap down that cleaving Skyrider. So, let's do that. Wait, why didn't it kill anything? They didn't kick it, they don't have red. Cool. I'm just used to people always having red when they play that. So we'll pass the turn, activate Coral Colony, because why not, for 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, we're not milling them out, but may as well. Uh-huh. That's a cool card you have. You gonna boop my chaplain? You're gonna boop a bird. You have booped a bird. Maybe we are on Operation Mill Them Out. Because that's a problem. We are gonna side in a Broken Wings. Boy, howdy are we. Let's get a land down. Let's get a wall down. Let's get a bird. So we are on Operation Mill Them. We want to have 2 mana left. So we could scout for just a land. Probably better to play a Badger. Unkicked, so that we have Coral Colony mana. No attacks because they'll just eat 1 and gain a bunch of life, and we'll do nothing virtually in that attack. Is this Soldier? No. Warrior? Soldier? Druid? Soldier? No. Alright, so we are on Operation Mill Them Out. It's not going to take too long. We're going to have to see if they identify how dangerous that colony is to them in this board state. All right, they're going to start countering up. So they're going to put us on a little bit of a clock, but I don't think it's going to be too bad. Although I am going to want some more birds. What was that? That was just a Plaza of Heroes. That's fine. All right, so we are going to want to kick this, thin our deck just a little bit, and take that action for a rummage. Getting a whole bunch of lands out of the deck. Passing the turn because we've got no good attacks. They're on 16. We get to mill them for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll take them down to 11. So they may not realize how close they are to death. We just have to be very careful with our birds. I need them to be very cautious with their attacks, which they have stopped doing. So we will put a badger in front of that, put a bird in front of the big one, A bird in front of that one. And we'll take 5. Mill him. And a Johnny. Interesting. Interesting. Well, we're playing the Ajani, obviously. And then I suppose we probably want to threaten them on the ground. Like give Badger 1. And then we may as well fly in. Let's give Badger 2. And then let's attack in with Badger and Bird. They're 11 cards. They're going to be at 10 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're going to be at 5 cards. Yeah, we just need to survive the turn. So if we survive the turn, we win. They have no removal unless it's in hand or in their deck. That's interesting to know. Team. They top deck a heroic whatchamadoodle. Oh, they're going to sack something to counter up their team. That's not going to be good enough. And that means they don't have a kicked whatchamacallit. So we're not going to take 5. We're not going to take 5. We are not going to take 2. We're going to take 4, 5, 6, 7. That doesn't kill us, so long as they don't pump for 4. They did not pump for 4. Sure. Drop you to 5. Drop you to 0. Here I was saying that they weren't gonna Stronghold Arena. What a wild deck they got going on over there. It's so rare that I get to actually see how many lands our opponents are playing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay. Responsible. So boy, Archangel of Wrath, Aeron, Stronghold Arena. So we're definitely bringing in the broken... Wait, I didn't draft the Broken Wings? Oh. I thought I took that. So Drag to the Bottom would do some pretty serious work. So I think we'll keep that in. Ooh. We actually never would have been able to cast it, because we never played our black sources. So honestly, maybe a 4/4 reach will just do better. We also have the rare opportunity to take note of exactly what combat tricks to be afraid of. They have 1. +2/+2 untap until end of turn for 3 mana. They have no other instant speed effects. Cleaving Skyrider. That is extraordinarily good information. So let's go back in with that information. Nearly 0 instant speed interaction. Okay. Turn 2 Loam Speaker. Go from there. It's a turn 2 Loam Speaker, turn 3 Barricade Drawbridge. Not great against their flyer deck, but will stop their ground stuff. They do have a lot of flyers. So we are really on finding that 4/4 reach. 4/4 reach and being very careful about never putting it in front of something when they have a boatload of mana open. Certainly not trading that, but the barricade will put a stop to it. Both barricades. Not blocking. Couldn't pay me enough. Vivisector's fine. So yeah, we'll go barricade, drawbridge, and that should cool their jets a little bit. But they're apt to go to the air before too long. So they're pretending they have it. And we've got another barricade, so make them use it. All right. Their singular instant speed spell has been used. Singular instant speed spell. This gets saved for a very dangerous flyer. So we get to go like that, and we're kind of back in the same board state, except their interaction is gone. I don't think I saw a heroic charge either, so we don't have to be careful. I don't remember seeing that. I don't remember seeing that at all. This wall will put a stop to that. Activate only as a sorcery. That's stupid. Okay. We are now playing to top deck very well and find some pretty specific cards. At least we do have 3 copies of Wingmantle Chaplain. I probably have to arrest that, which means the flyers, the angel, etc. are going to be dangerous. They are very much alive now. Sleeper kicked. It's a pretty easy sack of our mana worker. I assume they'll sack the sleeper that just came in. Yeah. Yeah, we don't need the mana worker that badly. Scry and what? Draw card? No, deal a damage to me. No attacks. Okay, we do desperately need to not draw lands. That will be our downfall. Pretty massively. I saw your deck. You don't have instant speed interaction. They have that. Cute. Because they actually have red this time. All right, now they are absolutely 100% out of instant speed stuff. So they're gonna... That's not gonna murder the barricade. So I'm fine with that. It'll trade, but it doesn't straight up kill it. So we take no damage. Okay, let's get some birds. I would love to take action. I would love to take that. Although I guess we weren't in the most amount of pressure, so we could have actually taken the next Shield Wall Sentinel there. But despite the board not suggesting we were in pressure, I still feel under pressure. The fact that I'm top decking, because I know what I'm going to top deck most than anything else. All right, you are out of instant speed interaction. I know this for a fact. So you're just looking to draw a card. Enjoy your card. Scry to the top. Must be a good card. Yeah, look, it was a really good card. All right, well, we're pretty dead. So everything gets menace? Cool. This is a land. It's a land with menace. We're dead. We're not killing. We're not beating our opponent with a 3/4 lifelink angel in the air. Like, we have to top deck Broken Wings deeply soon. Deeply, deeply, deeply soon. Interestingly, I do think if we ever answer their Archangel, or they don't draw it, I don't think their deck's a problem. I think it's not great. It's about on par with how not great our deck is. But hey, I know how Magic works. We will draw lands. We will draw nothing but lands. Allowing them to sack things, put counters on things, and cool. I can't believe we didn't get any of the Urborg restoration yada yadas. All right, you don't have instant speed effects. I know this. I know this for a fact. Let's take 6. Okay, that was not in your deck before. Deeply unfun. Deeply unfun game of Magic there. All right. Let's go back in and let's not get stuck trying to top deck, because top decking is atrocious in this deck. I think that's the other thing I dislike about the Chaplain deck is it is extraordinarily one note. There is one thing that you do, and if you don't do it, or if your opponent says no, your deck doesn't work. The entire deck doesn't work. It's like spider spawning, except there's nothing else you can do. At least in spider spawning, you had good creatures, you had other creatures that cared about stuff being milled or in your graveyard. This deck, you have a bunch of walls that don't do anything. But I'm glad I got to do this on video so that I can actually show what I dislike about this so much. Yeah, that's that should be a very good start. We want to draw a land, and with them having no removal, we should be able to do some stuff. We're gonna go Loam Speaker into, maybe, depending on what they've played, maybe straight into a Johnny. Jam Loam Speaker with counters and just get going. Like, if there's no creature here, can we get away with no creature here? We cannot, sadly. So instead, we will merely get the birds going. Bird. And then if we can Johnny and put counters on the bird, that's a whole heck of a thing. Because then suddenly a bunch of their flyers are offline with our 4/4 vigilance bird. Show me a suboptimal turn here. Do not. Ooh. Okay, so you've got the whatchamacallit. So cutely, I don't actually care. Green, white, green, 1. I don't actually care. Because I'm going to attack in with vigilance, and mine's going to be a 4/4. And you will merely have a 2/2. It could do 1 damage to my bird, but it will not do 4 damage to my bird. And then my bird will block your 2/2. And then we'll start ticking up a Johnny. You passed the turn. Play your bird. No? All right, play your bird. Play your bird. You cannot do nothing here. All right. They've got their Pegasus in hand and they opted to not play it, which seems pretty good for us. 4/3 on the ground is fine. We'll probably Citizen's Arrest that. It's +1 to Johnny. We see a land. What do we get to do with it? May put on bottom. Will put on bottom. Will put on bottom. Boy, I don't even know if I need the Citizen's Arrest Garna, because we could just drop a Shield Wall Sentinel and get a bird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. We could drop, yeah, let's drop Shield Wall Sentinel, get a bird, go get a Shield Wall Sentinel. And then slam in with Big Bird. So we'll put Little Bird in front of Garna, assuming Garna is coming at a Johnny here. Battlefly Swarm. I guess that's a way of dealing with our bird if they can get black. This can't get black though, right? Yes, it can, because they do have a black legendary. Good to know. So we may wish to set Citizen's Arrest that Garna after all. Garna at a Janny. Bird in the way. Mesa Cavalier. Okay, that's still not killing my bird. It's +1 to Johnny. Getting a Gibbering Barricade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So that would let us barricade. As well as Academy Wall. Yeah, let's come in for 4. I assume they will not be blocking here. Then we can get another bird down. So they've got nothing to come in the air because we can trade with both of their stuff, and we can put Academy Wall in front of Garna. We will have to hope for a moment that they don't have the +2/+2, but again, it won't be that big of a deal. If we desperately need to, we can make our bird into a 7/7 vigilance this turn. And we have a variety of outs with Citizen's Arrest and whatnot. We do actually need to dodge their Angel being double kicked, killing our bird, which is less than ideal. So Garna in will certainly put the Academy Wall in front. This is potentially a test, or they definitely, well, no, we know that they have, we know for a fact that they have the Pegasus. Well, we don't know for a fact, but I'm 99% sure they have the Pegasus in hand. That's why they passed turn 3. So if they attack with all 4, they could play the Pegasus and kill our bird. They're not going to kill our bird. So we're definitely going to put that in front. We're definitely going to put that in front. We're definitely going to put that in front. So the best they can do is kill my Wingmantle Chaplain. But we're sort of off the Wingmantle Chaplain being the plan. There's the bird, or there's the Pegasus. We knew that. Oh, they can hit a Johnny. Sure. You hit a Johnny. And they're going to draw some cards. Man, Garna's pretty freaking good. We are going to get more birds. Oh, we're going to come in for 4. And then I think we're just, yeah, going to get more birds. So bird. Get to go get another defender. Let's grab a blight pile. And then let's play the blight pile because that will actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's lethal if we untap and they don't kill anything. And actually, if they kill one thing, it's still lethal. They need to kill 2 things. That's not going to do it. But yeah, we did the thing. We played Wingmantle Chaplain and then a bunch of defenders and also a Planeswalker. And we really lucked out with our opponent's deck really not having instant speed effects. That was a big part of the win here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're not killing me. So I'll not take 4 of it. But you're dead on untap. I'm not putting my defenders at risk. Just double check. This does count defenders, not other defenders. It does. I will say, though, if you do want to do the Wingmantle Chaplain, if you are believing the hype, you need to do what I did, and you need to pack one, pick one it. I deeply discourage drafting as though you'll get there, because there's an exceptionally good chance you will not get there. This is an uncommon, which mathematically speaking means that the average draft pod has less than 1 copy in it. And the way math works, the deeper you get into a draft without seeing one, the far less likely it is that you're going to see one. With 24 packs remaining, you have 0.9-ish that you can expect to see. But with 12 packs left, I'm going to assume the math is half of that. So halfway through the draft, you can only expect to see 4.5 or 0.45 copies of it. If you have not seen one yet. Well, even if you have seen one yet. That's how many remaining you can expect to see. Weird, but okay. If this was the green wall, that would be cool. They're on a double mull, though, so we've got an opportunity there. Down to 5. I like it. Red already then. Let's, out of nowhere, top deck one of our very few, by which I think I mean 2, islands. Well, I tried. Ouch. Menace Tribal. I think we're in trouble. Can I find a black source? Oh, there's too many cards. The wall lets you look at the top 5. This one lets you get whatever you want. Yeah, I want a black source so we can get Ratadrabic down. Because a 3/3, it doesn't do anything because they've got Menace, but a 3/3 plus a 1/4 will start to do something, perhaps. Yup, that's some damage. Well, I guess we're dropping this and a drawbridge. Man, Menace Tribal's gonna suck. Unless we get birds. Kinda really need to get birds. So if they attack here, I do get to double block, should I so desire. It would mean that I'm left with just a drawbridge. But I do kind of need them to just ever so slightly calm the F down. All right, so that forces a pump. They do still get full pumps on their Kavu, but that's fine. All right, that helps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That helps. So we get to go Colony, Protector, and we got the double blocks again. Can we just cool it for a frickin' turn? Looks like we can. In fact, we could cool it for multiple turns. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's not quite everything I've ever wanted. What we will do is a Janny. -3 a Janny. Everything on the Protector. 5 them. And then we'll probably stall for time on their turn. Without kicking, unfortunately. Phoenix Chick, that's fine. Wow, that's pretty rude. Our opponent has interaction, unlike the last opponent, which I think spells danger for us. +1. Don't be a land. Of course. Let's play the Llanowar. And let's pass the turn. We do get to tap down Garna. Okay. This drawbridge is a somewhat desperate part of our plan here. So the Loam Speaker is no longer a big deal. So I'll certainly put both of these in front, because either they're going to bounce off or they're going to activate and lose their Kavu. Maybe they're terrified of my Coral Colony, which I would be somewhat okay with losing. They are going to go for the Loam Speaker. Sounds good. Which draws them a card, I suppose. And then we'll mill them. Splatter Goblin, sure. Mill them for 2. Land Lightning Strike. Okay. Y'all like birds? So we're going to try to get some birds. But we're going to start with the second Shield Wall Sentinel. And then we're going to get the Bird Lady. All right. All right. Really? That's what I thought. Outrider for 3. Pretty gross. All right, we are going to +1 a Janny. Nice. We are going to drop the Wingmantle Chaplain so that I don't bone up on my mana here. We're going to drop the Vine Wall, get a burb. Go digging for a land. Found a land. And then we're going to do this. Take a damage. So if they don't have more Outriders, I guess. All right, they want to draw a card is what they want to do. So I'm pretty happy to put our drawbridge in front here. Oop. I know what your plan is. We are going to... We're going to draw some more cards, because on their turn we will... Nope, we're not going to draw cards. Because on their turn what we'll do is tap down their Outrider so we get our flyers in. And maybe sack a bird. We will also attack with all of our birds. They can eat one. Go to 9. Kill them for 6. Nope, we're not dead. They think we're dead. We're not dead. We can gain a life. So it deals 3 damage. Cool. I'm at 1. 1 ain't 0. One ain't 0. Team. Just those ones, eh? Well, I assure you that goblin's not dying, and I'll put one of these sentinels in front of that. No effects, that's what I like to see. I'm going to mill you because I want to see just a little bit more of your deck. Okay. And we're losing the Shield Wall Sentinel, so we may as well gain a life and draw a card. No. No, because I need to tap down the Outrider. If we tap down the Outrider, do we win? 5, 6, 7, 8. We don't win just by tapping down the Outrider. So... I don't think we need to draw the card. I think I do want to be able to tap down that Outrider here. Tap down Outrider. Land. Gross. 5, 6, 7, 8. Nothing else can attack because everything is a wall. So if we're not killing them this turn, then we should just try to draw a card. More lands. Because why wouldn't it be? And then we will 5 them. And we will pass the turn. Ask them to give us one more turn, please. We have multiple sacks we can do of the barricade. We only need 1 bird as long as they don't have blockers, because it can get +3/+3 off of Johnny. So we can sack many birds. We can also mill them for another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dropping them to 8. How many lands are you running? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Seemingly 17-ish. So you are going to go to combat, would be my assumption. Have at it. Team. Yeah, they ain't got nothing. Oh, that gets them the chick back. Oh, cute. Still not enough, thanks to the barricade. Still not enough, thanks to the barricade. You get in front of that. You get in front of that. Okey dokes. Sack a bird. Sack. Sentinel. Don't. Wait, why is that not blocked? Why is that? Why is that not? Oh, that's not blocked because I sacked the Sentinel. Short-term memory getting me. Yellow means blocked. I don't think I've ever noticed that yellow means blocked before. Let's take 2. Stone Kavu, that's fine. Tell me a little bit more about your deck, please. Okay. And then I invite you to die. Bye-bye. God, I thought for a second I screwed up my blocks really bad there. Okay, so that was a mull to 5, and they really made us work for it. They're a fairly aggressive-ish deck. There's not really anything we can do. We don't really have a sideboard to speak of. So let's go back in. I would say that 7 or so birds there helped us. I am happy that this will be the format for the 24-hour stream. It's nice to have one that I like. It was great when it was Zendikar. I've actually been somewhat lucky. We had Zendikar Rising the 1 year. We had Eldraine the 1 year. Even last year we had Midnight Hunt, which was my favorite set of the year. It sucked, but it was my favorite set of the year. So yeah, good luck with that. Okay, so this is interesting. It's not that interesting. We actually can't cast Drag to the bottom. But we can get a Loam Speaker down. Oof. Yeah, it's going to be a challenge to cast this Mana Worker. It's going to be a challenge. I require that we find a black source at some point. And we're going to establish our board into this because we may just never get to cast it. They appear to be stuck on 2 mana, not that it's too much of their concern. We've got an Ajani, and notably 2 artifacts that they could easily kill. So we could play the Ajani +1 and try to like get ourselves drawing out of this. Scout the Wilderness. That finds me the black source I need to start sandbagging and building towards the drag to the bottom. So I'll leave that on top. I will leave that on top. That actually means if they tap out, no, because it'll be, where's it go? Battlefield tapped. It'll be a little tricky to pull this off, but we could potentially make our Mana Worker huge on a turn that they're tapped out and not able to Steel Crush the worker. Enlist, sure. Yeah, we're going for the board wipe, so I'll put the drawbridge in front. Glowstone Kavu, sure. So it's +1. Snare spinner. So we're going to scout the wilderness. Can we kick it? Yeah, we can kick it. Why does it want to tap white even though there's a kick? Auto tapper, you're weird. All right, so we're going to get some blockers as we set up for our big gibbering barricade turn. Because we will be dragging gibbering barricade. We will be dragging to the bottom. Oh, 5. I hate that some things are domain is X and other things where its domain is X + 1. You're gonna sabotage me? Well, we've got 2 choices of things to go. So we just want to, okay, they've tapped out, which is great because that mana worker can be an X6, which will survive drag to the bottom, and none of their stuff will. They're going to hit a Johnny for some amount. So I'm fine with the Johnny taking 2 because that will put him to 1. So we may as well double block. Wait. They're only sending the Kavu at a Johnny. Oh no, they're... I swear this program... So the second that I block, it takes away the arrow, so I no longer know where it's coming at, so I assumed it was coming at me. Arena. Sometimes, I tell you what. And actually, we're now not as afraid of them killing this mana worker. Although we are afraid of the Kavu and the Phoenix chick killing a Johnny, so we will still nuke the board. So let's do this. Let's make it 4/6. Let's get in for 4. Let's nuke the board as it stands, other than my mana worker. And I'm left with a 4/6 and an Ajani. I don't know what that's going to do with us, because we have nothing else. We have a land in hand. But we'll see. A Knight of Dusk's Shadow. Okay, so Ajani is not long for this world if we can't draw well here. Johnny might be long for this world for a little bit. This seems 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we can't double cast. See ya, Johnny. Vroom vroom, mana worker. And down goes the protector. Goodbye, Johnny. Nice knowing ya. Thanks for killing Jaya. And now we ask our opponent to not interact with our flyer or our 4/6, and we ask the top of our deck to be really nice. I guess. Well, we'll drop some stuff first to get some pumps here. Badoop. Pump. Badoop. 8 'em. Down to 4. Hold on to ya butts. Coalition Warbrute, don't do it. Don't do it one bit. Citizen's Arrest certainly helps as well. Yeah, let's Citizen's Arrest Garna. Boop. Boop. Why can't I math this out? Well, if I attack with both of them, they get to eat that one and jump there. So we force a good block here. Take the 2. Am I bad at math? Single red or black mana? What do you got? Oh, you got a flow. Nope, they just really wanted to double block. They really wanted me to choose which I got to kill. Sounds good. Eerie Soul Tender ain't gonna do it. Whoa! Whoa! Calm down. Calm down. Thanks for showing me. Have a good day. Whoa. Dodged that bullet. All right. We're 2-0. We have made back not remotely all of our money, but let's attempt to make back all of our money with what I honestly think is a terrible deck. I don't know how we're pulling this off. This does not, in any way, shape, or form, construe an endorsement of this deck from me. Don't do what I did. Rough, but it's a blight pile on 2, which could shut down some amount of decks for a little bit. And then all of these cards we can't play can go over here. Nothing on 1, nothing on 2. Akhan's Run is the Lurgoyf. Borak Whatchamadoodle. Deck's not cooperating, but we're blocking the Lurgoyf. So they are going to get all recursive-y. There's another recursion, and Lurgoyf is apt to grow. It grows. So we're in a very poor race where they're dealing 3 a turn, and we're going to be dealing 1 a turn. Which, if you do some very complicated math, will tell you that is not good for me. So there's a citizen's arrest on the Lurgoyf. We are going to take a casual 6 here. This card's good. I don't know why the hell we got this, or we didn't take it, but why it was passed to us like 5th pick. Pack 2. Like, take and play the Lurgoyf. It's good. Tarmogoyf is bad in limited. But Lurgoyf's good. Just a straight up pass of the turn, eh? Alright, we need big wall. Actually, we could colony and arrest. That seems like a start. I think we need to arrest the Soul Tender. Because, like, we don't deal with that well, and we certainly don't deal with that. We deal with a 3-4. Especially when we get the Academy Wall down. But they passed with 5 mana up and 4 cards in hand, which means something bad's going to happen here. But what? Just going to kill? Just going to kill my blight pile? That's fine. I wasn't planning on blight piling you to death. Do your chump check. Oh. Oh, cute. Cute, cute, cute. Taking 4. Okay. Wall number 1. That's unfortunate, but not too unfortunate. We got black, black. We got black, black. We got white, white. We got green, green. Doesn't super matter. Let's take a white. Let's drop a wall. So we got more blocks on the Lurgoyf. They do have an instant speed spell here, so we'll probably see the Academy Wall get extinguished. I think they just looked at whether or not I had shore up. No extinguish. No nothing for 4 mana, eh? It's the second blue. I wonder if they're just splashing for the Vine Shaper trigger? And the Lurgoyf trigger, I guess. And a Tribute to Urborg trigger, I guess. Let's take another 3. That's a whole lot of lands. Look at all them lands. Gyros. I do not think a double block, draw a card, gain a life is going to win us this game. See, I told you, this deck absolutely sucks if you do not find the very vital specific part of it. No, 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 no. Oop. Yay, we can find more lands. I mean, it is a double block, but we can find more lands. Okay. Let's play a Sentinel. Finding a Sentinel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Finding the Sentinel, kicking this. The plan is to block with these two 1/1s. And then we can Shield Wall Sentinel, Bird Lady. None of that does anything for us, but we can do it. Because we're not dealing with a 5/5. That's not a thing that's going to happen. Unwilling to come in with Lurgoyf in case of, I don't know, I couldn't quad block, I would have died. But I'm happy to not have to throw away both of those. Okay, Vohar is definitely another way that will die very quickly. So let's Shield Wall into some burbs. More creatures. But Vohar has our number here. All they need to do is find 2 instants and sorceries to discard in 5 turns. And here's one. Here's one. Actually, Gibbering Barricade does a bit of work here to keep us alive from Vohar. We actually have a surprisingly semi-okay chance here. We are always going to need to keep up a minimum of 4 lands, one of them a swamp. It would be semi-cool if we could keep up like 8 lands. Is it 8? Is it 4? It's 3. So 3 and 6. No instants and sorcery. Super happy about that. Get in front. Flyer. Deeply, deeply unhappy. All of our chances just went away. We are now on Clockwork Drawbridge to pull us out of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 3 activations. So that's okay. So Drawbridge is going to need to keep the Tattered Apparition tapped down, but that's not going to start until another full turn cycle. Coral Colony is gone. Blight Pile's gone. They're down to 13 cards. They only milled 3 lands. Holy moly. Although perhaps they attack with the Apparition. And then we just get to put birds in front. Ooh, they wanted to activate something with Vohar, but it can only be done as a sorcery. I saw that there. I saw what they were trying to do. Bird in front of Apparition. Loam Speaker in front of Necromass. They do appear to have an instant speed effect, so that's not great. Sack Life Draw. Okay. Sack Life Draw. Okay, that's really bad. white, black, green, blue, +1. So we could nuke the board, but that seems bad. That seems pretty bad. If they go down to an empty hand and we get their library low enough, there's a chance we do it. All right, they're still looking to activate something here. What are you going to activate? Like, are you going to sack that just to get a tribute to kill? Yeah, you are. What are you looking to kill? Drawbridge? Chaplain? Okay. All right, yeah, there's a chance we actually drag to bottom this turn. We bird them. Then we drag to the bottom. That will nuke their board. And my board, for that matter. And we'll get a Griffin Protector down. And we will save the barricade. 8 lands. 9, 10, 11. If they're responsible, 6 of their 14 remaining cards are lands. So they've got a decent chance of flooding out. They have recursion in hand, though, so we're dead. They're going to recur back Bortuk and Lurgoyf, or maybe Necromass. Necromass and whatchamadoodle. Cool. That was fun. We tried, but surprise, we were never in it. We were never in this one. Pick the friggin' Lurgoyf. Hurry up, come on. Pardon? Pardon? Could you not pick the Lurgoyf? Pretty sure you could have. Pretty sure you could have. Yeah, come on, attack. Thank you. In front. Sack. It's a land. A worm will keep us alive for a turn. No, it won't, because they can sack Vohar. Please kill me. Please kill me. Oh no, they exiled whatchamadoodle, didn't they? No, they could have just grabbed a friggin'... Yeah, they could have just grabbed a whatchamacallit. No blocks. They could have grabbed a tail swipe or a bite down. Okay. They have a bite down and a tail swipe. And 1 combat trick. That's all we've seen. They're on recursion. That's important stuff for us to know. But there is not much that we can do about it. So let's go back in. And let's see what happens. They're also potentially irresponsible with their lands. No, I think statistically they could still easily have 17. We saw 11. 12 at the end there, I think. Yeah, no, they could still statistically could have lands. It would mean a pretty nice weaving of their mana. You know, the kind that we never get. All right, we're going to play first. We are going to keep, because we can scout, find black. This is kind of the plan of live, drag to the bottom, establish board. Let's see if it works. They have mulled. That's cool. You know what's better than mulling once? Mull again. Or not. Okie dokes. Vine wall, sure. Must be nice to find a land. Just snapping your fingers and getting one. Wait, did you whiff? Or are you thinking really hard about which land to grab? No whiff. A white source. So yeah, let's go get our black source. First black source. We still have to find our second black source for dragging, but you know. We can always stall for time. So I don't want to play that badger since I am looking to drag. Although we don't have anything else we're doing, so we may as well. Because there's no guarantee we ever see our second black source. So we may as well at least present something that on this board is damage and attacks. A real, live, legitimate threat. Kick your Vine Shaper. You got it. Field Wall Sentinel. Well, so much for drag to the bottom. It's the beginning of bird time. At least the green deck definitely doesn't have any anti-air stuff. Certainly not in the sideboard. Eerie Soul Tender, Land, Tattered. Tattered Apparition's kind of a problem. We might actually need to Citizen's Arrest that. So you got that combat trick in hand, eh? That's cute. Thanks for telling me. Thanks for the information. We will shield wall again. Go get Bird Lady. Pass the turn. A land would be nice so we could chaplain Lum Speaker. Yeah, you're not recurring stuff. Good try. You're not getting that flyer back. Good frickin' try. Good frickin' try, bud. Interesting they didn't also come in with the Bog Badger. 4-5? Yikes. Okay. Okie dokies. Welp. It is the time of the birds. No attacks. It is no longer time of the Shield Wall Sentinels. Maybe they don't have that combat trick. Shield Wall, get in front. Vohar, Second Writhing Necromass, Okay. We need a barricade to get more burbs. And then we can follow that up with maybe a stall for time on their turn. Tapping down Lurgoyf and Necromass. And then we can always see what that draws us to. Okay. What's in your graveyard to Rona's Vortex? Gross. Gross. Tappy tappy. Tap tap. Draw my card. Hey, Ajani. How's it going? 6 mana. Untapped land would be cool, so that we could Ajani and maybe Citizen's Arrest. Tailswipe Wingmantle? Sure. I didn't have any defenders left. Joke's on you. Okay, Ajani. Oh, double white would cost me a life, eh? Okay. 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 So a Johnny double white. We could always play Mana Worker. We don't necessarily need Loam Speaker just yet. Yeah, so let's do that. Double green. I swear, if you negate me out of nowhere in your frickin' green-black deck, I will uninstall Arena right now. Shadow Prophecy? Sure. Lose more life. See if that helps you. 1 land discarded. Hopefully it was 2 more lands. We know if it was me, it would be. Yeah. Let's spread them amongst the burbs. And then let's casually 7 them. Oops. Didn't mean to send in the Bog Badger. Forgot that card was there. Tribute to Urborg a bird. Then they're going to block Soul Tender. Unfortunate. Definitely did not know that was there. You know why? It's because it got shoved over when a Johnny showed up. The Badger was here-ish, and then it got shoved over here into my periphery, and I ignored it. I don't like shifting cards. That has always been something I've disliked about Arena. Cards should stay where they are. Space Bellerin. Well, they are on a 2-turn clock. They are representing some pretty significant beef, however. It will take them 2 turns to get that Tattered Apparition back, though. Is this sorcery only? It's not. I would love to see a turn of just attacking a Johnny, because I don't care about a Johnny anymore. I care about those 3 birds. They're going to tail swipe one of my birds. Oh, sure, whatever. I don't care. Me? No! You have a Johnny to attack. Well, I'm obviously going to eat that, and we'll jump the 6/7 and take 5. You got the pump spell? They do. Okay. Semi-unaware of how we win this one. Definitely, in part, blocks on the ground. So we Citizens Arrest the Battlefly Swarm. And get in for 5, take him to 5. We can put down a blocker for the 6/7 and take 7. I think that might be the only hope. We go to 9. Sorry, we go to 9. So then we'll go to 2. Yeah, I think that's about the only hope. So let's play to our outs. So our outs are hope that this card's nothing and hope that the top card is nothing. And can they return anything hyper relevant? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not really. They would have to have 2. Cool top deck, bro. All right. Well, their deck was good, and our deck was a pile of garbage that probably should not have made it 2-0. 2-1. I'll take it. As always, feels infinitely worse on Arena as our gem total drops even further down. Say a little prayer for that gem total. Yeah, that deck sucks. I hate Wingmantle Chaplain, and not because it's too powerful, but because it is too deeply inconsistent and it's not a reasonable draft strategy. It's a take it and hope it all works out, and desperately hope that nobody else is drafting it. Because if anybody else at your table is drafting it, you are both going to fail miserably. At least in pod, you know, maybe everybody else has bad decks. In leagues, you're just going to lose. Don't draft the deck. I think it's bad. That's my takeaway. Let me know your experience with it. Let me know how you're doing with Dominaria. Let me know anything you want to let me know. Otherwise, see y'all next time.